You are listening to ChartingWealth.com for Monday, the 29th of August, 2016. 10 minutes every day is all we ask. Let's jump right in. What's going on in the market? IYY, which is a total market index fund. It tracks the whole stock market. Well, the whole stock market was down 0.20% for the day. We have a red down candle. It's got some up wick and down wick. Again, not a super strong down. However, the market did cross over going down hard on the 24th as far as this 24th of August as far as our MACD goes. Although the market went up, we had a green candle for that 2 days. But as we told you, that kind of divergence cannot last. What wins out? The indicators do. Even though the price went up, it then rotated over. The last 2-day candle ending on the 26th was a down candle. We are in a confirmed down move since the 24th of August. Those of you looking for the double movement, we had both the MACD on the 2-day and the MACD on the 4-hour chart rotate over going down on the 24th. So what did we have happen? Well, the market moved down. Those of you who jumped in have done quite well. The market was down on the last 2-day candle, the low 108.25. Actually, the market closed out at the last on the market was 108.63. So we've seen some nice appreciation as far as those down movements go. Now, those of you who are saying, wait a minute, what is this guy talking about? Who wants to buy an index and have it go down? Inverse funds. If you've not listened to our inverse funds, how to make money when markets crash, you need to listen to that. It's both on our YouTube channel and it's also on our iTunes and it's also at the website. You need to listen to it. Inverse funds. It's actually a screencast. We show you different inverse funds that work for gold, for the S&P 500, and for the NASDAQ 100, the Qs is what we call it as we go through. Some people call it the cubes. Okay, so we have a down moving market. We had a great entry point a couple of days ago. Let's look at the S&P 500 down even more than the total market, down 0.21%. A yellow line that we have drawn on our chart is actually the weekly. That was the weekly trend. It was also passed. It has been closed down below that on the 2-day candle. Again, rotated over, going down hard on the 24th. We had a bit of an up movement on that candle on the 24th, but then the market corrected and went in the direction of the indicators as it is apt to do. And we have a down day, plus we have a down 2-day candle, plus we have the derivative oscillator rotated over. If we look at the 4-hour chart, what do we see? We see the same thing as on the big chart. We saw the market rotate over on the 4-hour chart on the afternoon of the 24th and has moved down since then, busting through even the weekly trend line. So we're below the 2-day trend line and the weekly trend line. Now, if we go back to our 2-day chart, and again, remember, when you have the 2-day MACD and the 4-hour MACD cross over going down right around the same time periods, it is time for you to look at jumping in on that move. And that is what we saw occur. And what happened, a lot of you made that trade. Again, virtual trade. We're not a stock calling service. We do not give investment advice. I want you to practice with us till you get good enough that you can make your own calls. But we are not talking about you trading real money. We're talking about you practicing with us till you can make those calls yourself. We don't get paid to make any kind of market calls. We harbor no illusions as to that. We do not make any guarantees along those lines whatsoever. And we strictly say you are not to take anything we talk about as investment advice. We are trying to train you to be able to make your own decisions when you get good enough. Now, let's look at the Qs. It was down 0.12% for the 2-day candle. And, I'm sorry, for the day. It is a down candle. It also has passed through the weekly trend line, and now the Qs has crossed over going down. Now, you might say, wait a minute, the Qs was up 0.12%. What's going on? We have a candle that actually is a red down candle because even with the up movement on Friday, still down movement the prior day, and the way the candle has balanced out, we have a red, it's not really a spinning top. Well, it's close to a spinning top. I'd expect it to be actually the body of the candle to be smaller, but it shows indecision with both a top wick and a bottom wick, but we do have a confirmed crossover going down with the closing out of this candle on the Qs. What does that mean? Well, possibly more opportunity to make it in on a down move. Now, the problem we have is, of course, the Qs has not backed up since it rotated over going down back on the 10th. So in order to follow our type of standards, you're going to have to wait for a pullback. Some of you may have found it over the course of the afternoon on Thursday and the morning on Friday, and you may have jumped in the afternoon using your backup as two green candles on a Heiken Ashi type candlesticks. That is acceptable, although it's more risky. Others may be waiting for an actual pullback on the 4-hour MACD. That is the more traditional, the more conservative method. So again, we'll continue to watch. Now, before I run out of time, we want to make sure that we go to gold. What is gold doing on the 2-day chart? Gold is a confirmed down move since the 8th of August. And we have 3 good down candles. We can redraw our trend line on gold on the 2-day chart. Now we can actually move it over and make a better trend line. Also, if we look at our 4-hour chart on gold, what do we have going on? We're below the 2-day trend line. Gold crossed over, and the entry point was, of course, on the last Friday, the 19th of August, and gold has done very well for all of you who got into an inverse gold fund watching that down movement. It has been substantial. Again, you obey the rules, things go well for you most of the time. Not always. The stock market's not a guarantee, but it should never be Vegas. Okay, folks, that's where we are as we end the week, go into the new week, Monday, the 29th of August. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have questions, problems, concerns, we'd love to hear from you at chartingwealth.com. And if you want to help us out, go to iTunes, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating. Also, go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we know thousands listen every week, we can provide you with proprietary broadcasts. Thank you so much. Get ready for the weekly review and forecast coming up next.